Hey there, guys. Tony Porter, Tabletop Baseball Digest, and it is the Mets at home with Tom Terrific on the mound against the Cincinnati Reds, or the Big Red Machine, with Roger Nelson going for the Big Red Machine here at Shea Stadium. Both pitchers are B pitchers, and Tom Seaver's loaded the bases with only one out here in the top of the first, so he's gotten off to a shaky start. Terry Crowley, the left-hander, who batted 240 with one home run and 12 doubles in 125 at bats. And here's the pitch from Terrific. That's a 26, and against a righty, that's a ground ball, and that's through for a base hit. And in comes Concepcion, and that 10 is going to tell us that it's a one base advance for everybody. So it's picked up quickly by Staub, who charges the ball, and they're going to hold up bench. Concepcion scores, bench is held up, and the bases continue to be loaded. And here comes Cesar Geronimo. So I've rolled nothing but doubles, and of course that 26 is a splits hit. And here comes Cesar Geronimo. And Seaver gets the sign from Grody. Around the infield for the Mets, it's Garrett Harrelson from third to first. Garrett Harrelson, Mian, and Milner. In the outfield from left to right, it's Jones, Schneck, and Staub. And the pitch behind the plate is a 22, another double. That's a base hit single. Again with a 6 result. And that's going to be 2 bases around to score as Dreesen going to third as Crowley. And the Reds lead 3-0. Now Seaver has a 3.55 ERA with a 1.1 whip. 74 was not a great season for Seaver. He did have a 3.25 ERA that season. Still pitched well, of course, but not up to his normal standard. And here's a guy named Hal King, another lefty. So they've kind of loaded the Reds lineup with lefties against the righty Tom Terrific. And first and third, Mets are playing back for the double play. And here's the pitch, and it's a 35. And this is going to be an out, a 2. That's a fly ball, center field. And this, let's see if Crowley can tag up. That 2 with a 5. No, he will hold up. So it's not deep enough for Crowley, who does not have great speed. So that's 2 outs. Next up is Darrell Chaney, a switch hitter, had 135 at bats, 2 home runs, 16 RBIs in 1974 with a 200 batting average. Seaver gets the sign from Grody, and here's the pitch. And that is a 44. That's going to be ball 4. That's going to load the bases again. So Seaver's really struggling. I think he's given up 3 walks here in this inning and 3 hits. So he's really, really having a rough start. See if he can find his rhythm. Next up is Roger Nelson. The pitcher so this should be an easy out. And it's going to be a 33, and a 12 is going to be popped up. And that will be to the first base side, and it's Milner in the outfield grass calling off Mian. He makes the catch, and that, my friends, retires the side. But the Cincinnati Reds put up 3 runs here in the top of the first with the Mets coming to bat. All right, and the crowd here on Bring Your Canine to the Park night is very excited because here at Shea Stadium, George Theodore is pinch hitting with the bases loaded for the Mets, who trail by 2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Actually, trail by 3, 5-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. But the Mets have the tying run at first base with John Milner. Cleon Jones is at third, and Rusty Staub is at second base. It's George Theodore against Tom Hall, the lefty. And here is the pitch with 1 out and the bases loaded. Infield for the Cincinnati Reds is back. Pitch, and it's a 35, and a 35 will be a 15. A 15 is a fielder's choice. So it's hit to bench at third, goes to second to Chaney. No throw to first as Milner goes in hard to break it up. So it's going to be a 5-4 run will score. It's a 2-run game now for the Mets, and up comes Wayne Garrett. Now, he is a lefty, but he did play the whole season, so we will let him bat against Tom Hall. Tom Hall gets the sign from King, 5-3. Runners on first and third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And the pitch from Hall. And that is going to be possibly some trouble. That's a deep drive to right, way back. Crowley to the wall, looks up, and that's gone! 3-run shot by Terry Crowley, and the Mets are up 6-5. And the crowd here is excited for sure. 3-run shot for Wayne Garrett, and that will be his 3rd home run of the season. And the Mets have taken a 6-5 lead. The Mets fell behind in the first inning, 3-0. Seaver struggled. He was pulled in the 4th. And it was 3 solid innings by the reliever who came in for Seaver, and that was Ray Sadecki. Excellent job. And then it was Bob Miller who came in the 8th inning. He gave up a run, and that made it 5-2. And here in the bottom of the 8th, the Mets have scored 4 big runs, and up comes Jerry Grote. Tom Hall is pitching, and the pitch, and that is a 21, which will be a bouncer to the third baseman bench. Up with it, fires to first, and in time to retire the side. So top of the 9th, Don Hahn goes to center field. The Bob Miller will be on the mound here to pick up a save, or actually pick up a win, excuse me. He will pick up a win. He did give up a run in the top of the 8th. Let's see what happens here. He will be facing bench, followed by Dreesen, followed by Crowley. And here's the pitch from Bob Miller. Bob Miller struggled all season, has an 8 ERA with a 3-3 record and a 1.9 WHIP. In reality, had a 1.6 WHIP, so not much better than what he's faced here in the simulation. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a 54. So that is a Wild result. Bases empty, go to Wilder. So you got to pull another card. And the Wilder says it's a foul pop-up behind second base. Roll a D20 versus the roll the 13. So that's going to be a catch by Mian. In foul ground. And that is 1 away. So Johnny Bench pops it up to the right side and caught by Mian hustling in foul territory. Next is Dan Dreesen. And the pitch, 32, which will be a fly ball left field. Jones takes a couple of steps to his left and under it, squeezes it for out number 2. So the Mets are 1 out away from a big comeback victory here against the Cincinnati Reds at Shea Stadium. And it's Terry Crowley. Terry Crowley today, what has he done? I have to look at the box score. It doesn't show it on the screen. I don't know why. Terry Crowley today is 1 for 4. And Geronimo's the one who's 3 for 4 today with 2 RBIs. So he's up next. He's on deck. So Crowley just wants to get on base. And if he does get on base, we'll probably see we'll definitely see a pinch runner for him because he's a slow player. But he's here to hit. So let's see what he can do. And 2 outs and nobody on. The Mets lead at 6-5 with a big comeback in the bottom of the 8th. The Mets scored 4 runs. And here's the pitch to Terry Crowley, and that's going to be a 66. And that's a drive down the line into the corner. And the Staub will play the carom. Digging for second is Crowley, and he's in there ahead of the throw. The tying run is in scoring position. We're going to call on a pinch runner, and it's going to be Merv Rettenmund. We're giving Joe Morgan the day off. He may actually pinch hit here. No, not with Geronimo. We'll hold on to Morgan. And we're gonna go to the bullpen here, and we're gonna call on Harry Parker, who's a much better pitcher than who we have on the mound. So we're gonna go to Harry Parker, see if he can pick up a save for the Mets. They're gonna get the righty. We have no lefties really to go up against Geronimo, who is a lefty. So it will be. We're gonna call on Harry Parker. All right, so Harry Parker comes in. He will have his ace stuff. Yes, he does. Harry Parker with his ace stuff will be facing Cesar Geronimo. Let's see what happens. The tying run is at second base in a fairly quick Merv Rettenmund, probably an average runner. Oh, no, he's actually a fast runner, so he will have an advantage. And here is the pitch by Harry Parker to Cesar Geronimo. And that is going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out, and the ball game is over. The Mets pull off an exciting come-from-behind victory and win it by a score of 6-5. The Mets with 6 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. The Reds with 5 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. The winner is Bob Miller, goes to 4-3. The losers, Tom Hall, 2-1. Harry Parker picks up his first save, and the player of the game, Wayne Garrett. Yes, sirree. And let's take a quick look at the Mets. Are going to be 26-26, so they've reached 500 after 52 games. The Reds drop 1, and they're 29-22. So, guys, thanks for watching. This is Fall Classic Baseball. This is Tony Porter. And remember to like and subscribe and comment. Let me know what you would like to know about Fall Classic Baseball. And remember to join the Fall Classic Baseball Facebook group. Take care from Shea Stadium in 1974. This is a 5-team replay. I will have the stats very soon, so I will come out with the stats at the halfway point, the 81 game point, so we still have another 25 or so games to go, 27 games to go, 28 games to go. All right, and then I'll have the mid-year stats, and I will go team by team, comparing them to Replay Baseball, because Replay Baseball is my helper. And so they're playing most of the teams, and we'll see where exactly the 5 teams that I'm replaying fall in terms of the stats, and that'll be a good comparison. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys soon. Adios.